Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. In the Borobudur International Symposium 2022, I will present my research with title Branding of Islamic Boarding School as a New Edutourism in Madura. My name is Rozi, Lecturer of Communication Science in Universitas Trunojoyo, Madura. The topic is tourism. The existence of Islamic boarding school in Madura is one of the tourism attractive for formal and non-formal educational institutions for the realm of edutourism. Formal educational institutional as a teaching and learning system that will now to many people, but for education such as Islamic boarding school, their teaching and learning experience is something new that can be offered the realm of tourism. Most studies related to Islamic boarding school discuss the role of Islamic boarding school in installing religions, value the position of Islamic school as a religion education institutional in society, character education in Islamic boarding school, the role of Kiai as opinion leader in Islamic boarding school, and branding strategies increasing the number of students. In fact, it is related to tourism. The experience of living in Islamic boarding school can be a selling point and education site for tourists. In fact, is related to tourism. The experience living in Islamic boarding school can be a selling point and educational side tourism. The concept of education and offered to various activity package in Islamic boarding school has our own unique value, which actually great potential for Madura in tourism, in the realm of edutourism or tourism education. Education tourism in boarding school is a concept of daily activity or daily activity offered in life at Islamic boarding school, which a basic value in edutourism. Not only the concept of formal and religious education, which a basic thing in pesantren, but also the from moral education activity that start in the morning, namely praying in congregates open the day, which can be categorized as a character building thought experiment applied today to daily activity. From local tourism, for local tourism from various parts of Indonesia, there's desire to go to an Islamic boarding school is sometimes seriously about life in the Islamic boarding school, especially for international tourists. The atmosphere at the Islamic boarding school expands thing that they can experience as from of educating. Rumor that Islamic boarding school will become part of educational thought have actually been heard. In fact, there are a number of Islamic boarding school in Pamekasan area where the facility and infrastructure and system sufficient quality to offer this educational concept. Moreover, There is big possibility that Islamic boarding school have a different unique concept often in branding, where what thing need to be offered process in group, non-formal teaching and learning experience, supporting activity and religion, strengthening. The purpose of study in see how Islamic boarding school can bring non-formal education as a new branding from Madura Island is education tourism destination. The theory I can make sure branding and holds 2009. Integrated marketing communication. The methods this study uses a qualitative descriptive method by describing some data college to direct observation method to Islamic boarding school in Madura region. Direct interview with several information, choreographer, tour guide, tour operator, and the Madura Tourism Association. In Islamic boarding school, terms of education industry on Madura Island, Islamic boarding school are unique the combination of culture, custom, and social economic element. Character building in Islamic boarding school education can be found in their activities starting in the morning, starting from praying in congregation, reciting the Al-Quran, and exercising. Screening Islamic boarding school that already edutourism branding, requisite and feasibility study and strategy location mapping. The data that's built, the data that has been collected in the Islamic boarding school have potential development and eduwisata branding to Islamic boarding school and Sumeneb regions and Pesantren Pamekasan regions. In terms of the facility that's already you can go on and on a preparation and branding strategy concept that's trying of to be offered, such as tour package, guiding process, and so on and so on. The involvement of Islamic boarding school foundation in attracting tourism is also positively supported by the stakeholders, namely the region Pamekasan. This synergy is the first step to building educational tourism in to Islamic boarding school branding, which depicts Madura Island from the religion-based education institutional and can even integrate them the form of tourism. Engage with the Madura Tourism Association, which really support the process of development tourism to other area, which main rates the need of Islamic boarding school foundation. They are increased interest in joining the educational scheme. The conclusion, this study found the synergy of elements from the government and foundation in developing region potential into the nation and international links to educational. The educational tour is represented by Islamic boarding school, which not only instill religion, values, and character education, but also experience very interesting and developing element of culture, social, society, and custom. Islamic boarding school education is not an exclusive institutional but can be open access by anyone, or order to introduce it as a form of new tourism in Madura. That's the concept of edutourism. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.